Hello, everyone. It's Val with Dragonfly Crystals with my beautiful co-host Marina of Heart-Centered Tarot. And this is Messages for Lightworkers, episode 153. Yay.
Free.
And thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you so much for coming in. And while you are coming in, I'm going to ask Marina to tell us what she has coming up on her channel, what she wants us to know about classes, readings, what are your offerings, as well as what's on your channel.
Well, let me tell you. Okay. So later on this evening, I'll be hosting the Golden Girls Coffee Klatch. So Sherry, Cleo, and Judy are going to be joining me.
Okay.
Tomorrow, it's the Kelly Show. I've got Kelly Scarborough, the Mystic Next Door, that is going to be joining me at 2 p.m. And then at 4 p.m., I've got Kelly Kirshner, the Cali Healer.
Wow.
And I'm looking forward to it because I love both their energies. They're just really, really fabulous. So
very cool.
Yes, looking forward to that. And then on Saturday, I'll be on Daphne's channel, Relax with Daphne. And yeah, I think we're going to be looking at maybe some past life things or whatever comes up, but it's going to be great.
Well, that sounds great.
And then the big one is the Shine Your Light event, which is on Saturday, the 29th. And that starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 Mountain Time. So those are the big ones, and that one in particular. Now, if you're interested in booking a reading with me or finding out about some of the classes and things that I offer, please go to my website. It's marinasheartcenteredtarot.com. You'll see all the information is on there. Take a look at some of the testimonials. I've got not only testimonials on the readings, but also on the classes as well. I think it's important, that you hear from people who have taken a class and what it is that they had to say. So, but by all means, now is a perfect time to think about getting a bird's eye view of what you've got coming up or what someone else might have coming up. And when I say that, I mean, think about gifting someone with a reading or giving them the option. They'll get an email notification if you buy a gift card, and let them decide, depending on how much of a gift card you purchase, they can decide to go for a reading, they could take a class, they could do a little bit of both. It's all in there. So
absolutely. And I highly recommend Marina's readings are fantastic for sure. And we have heard nothing but endless praise about how life-changing her classes are. So get in there for those and give yourself the treat. It's going to be 2026 in a New York minute here.
Yes, it is.
You want to go ahead and say, you know what? For once, I'm going to do this for myself and commit to that, because it makes a huge difference. Your guides and angels come in with so much more. Doors open, opportunities show up because you're stepping forward.
Yes.
This is a huge thing and a huge commitment to yourself that you're giving.
Absolutely. You're saying, I'm ready. And the universe says, oh, finally. Okay. Back up the truck. She's ready.
Exactly, right? So, yeah, I think that's really great. And I also have all the classes that you want for psychic development, for, the channeling, the psychic mediumship, the meditation classes, learn to read the Akashic records, And yes, you do learn beginner level. No one has to know anything. Just come
Yes,
just as you are, dressed just as you are.
exactly.
And, sign up for readings if you would like on dragonflycrystals.store. So
Yeah, absolutely.
everything
And
that we do, everything works together. Take all of our classes, take all of our readings. It is such, whatever you're called to is good for you to give yourself in this 2025 of shifting energies that are like crazy.
yes, they are. Remember the old song, "Oh, the times they are a changing."
They are.
Oh, they are a
Oh,
changing.
oh, they are. They
They
are.
are a changing.
And before we go to Marina with what her messages for all of you from her guides and angels, I'm going to say hello to people in the chat. Glorios, thank you for being here. Oh my gosh, good to have you. And Teresa Tea Garden Chicken, Lori Huntsinger, Laura Davis, Tropical Thievery, that's so cute, and Garnet, good to see you. Victoria Edwards, hello. And Lost Lurker, fine. We love lurkers. It's all
Yes.
good. I'm glad you're here catching it live. And Suzanne Fortier, hello. Good to see you. Love you. And Charlie's Sage, good to see you. And Teresa, and that's it. All of you, we appreciate you being here because you could be anywhere else.
Lois is here. Hello, Bernadette. Hello. Thank you.
Bernadette, hello. Okay, so all of you, thank you for joining us. And we're going to go right to Marina to hear what the messages for today's messages for light workers. Marina, take it away.
Yeah. So what? And this was a little unusual because generally when I get the message from Spirit about what we should be talking about, it's generally very, very positive. This one is positive, but it took me back a little bit. And what I got was basically cognitive disruption, that things are changing so quickly in the universal energies that um, we have to be very careful and make sure that we are using our brains, using our discernment to make sure that we are paying attention to what we should be paying attention to, not the things that are going to be put in front of us. So by that I mean, if there is going to be a lot of information, a lot of finger pointing, whataboutism, whatever that is going to be coming at us, not only from the government, but also from people around us. Because what we're doing is we're holding the light. We are challenging their perception. And we're not always challenging it vocally. It's they can see that that there is a quiet calm about us, that we are proceeding, we're going forward in joy, in love, in compassion. And there's some that are looking at us going, "What's wrong with you? Do you not realize what's going on? Do you not realize all the things that are happening?" And so we're very much leading by examples. So those folks are going to start coming around, and they're going to start asking us questions, and they're going to say, "Why? How can you be so calm with all these things that are happening?" Right? And
Exactly.
so, yeah, they're going to have it's going to be a shift in their perspective as well as we go forward. So yes, we need to have the open dialogue, be ready to have that dialogue with them without um, without being judgmental,
Hmm.
right? The
Exactly.
fact the fact that they are asking questions now means that they have already done some of the work. They've already gone internal and said, wait a minute, there's, you know, the math ain't mathing, and the things aren't working out. And so, we can have the discussion later on about how they got into this
Mhm.
cognitive dissonance, but now it's just a matter of welcoming them in. So um, I think it's an important message.
It is. It's a very important message, especially in this timing when things are shifting
Yes.
um, for everyone. And at the end of all of this period of time, maybe by the end of the year, even, some
Yes.
people are going to look up from having their heads in the sand and they're going to go, "What was I doing?"
Yes.
So that's it. Um,
Exactly.
so that's evolution, folks. That's how it works.
Yes.
And we're part of that evolution. Um, so just the fact that you're all here and you're listening to these messages, and for 153 episodes of these messages,
Yes.
shows how big a shift this is. So I really love this opportunity every week to talk about messages that come from our guides and angels. And the big boxed word that I got, Marina, you're were you complete? I don't want to.
Oh, cool. Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. The big box word that I heard from my guides and angels, assimilation. And I'm like, what? What? So as I looked into it, it's the sacred practice or process by which the soul receives, digests, and integrates new frequencies, experiences, wisdom, and identity upgrades as it moves through its evolutionary path. So when we hear the word integration, or you're integrating, you got all these frequencies coming in and all these codes of light and all these downloads.
Yes.
And assimilation is actually bringing it into action. It's making it part of you. So it's one of the most important and overlooked stages of spiritual growth, folks. This is why they're bringing it up. I didn't even think of it like this. So it's a new way to look at things. So receiving, you light workers are really good at receiving activations. Oh yeah, you're up for it. You're ready. Go. You're open to downloads, no problem. You'll get your downloads. Healing old timelines. You're great at going back into the past, healing old timelines, whether that's through inner child work or just letting go of those things that have held you captive in the old stories, and expanding your consciousness. But embodiment of those changes, the assimilation, making it part of you, is where the true alchemy happens. Assimilation is the conversation or conversion, rather, of spiritual input into lived reality. It is where a light worker becomes the teaching. So that's a big thing we've been leaving out of our conversation. So why do we go through periods of assimilation? As humanity moves into the higher frequency timelines, light workers are absorbing extraordinarily large amounts of light, blueprint upgrades, and dimensional shifts right now, ongoing, but right now like crazy. I mean, so your body is rewriting itself at a quantum level. New light codes must anchor into the nervous system, uh,
Mm-hmm.
the fascia, the cells, the multidimensional subtle bodies, Without assimilation, these codes remain ungrounded and cannot express through daily life. So you're getting these downloads, you're getting the higher frequencies, they're coming in, all these codes of light and information. But if you stay walking along like a cardboard soldier and don't start implementing, oh, I feel differently about this, or oh, this, I feel a subtle change here. I'm not seeing things quite the way that I did. Or now when I hear this particular show, I'm hearing guests on and I really resonate with some higher information they're giving, whereas you would have just bypassed it before, but you're not following that person. You're just taking little bits, sound bites that resonate with you. So all these things are part of you shifting into the embodiment phase. This is how it looks when you just don't get up and, oh, it's time for my chai tea, Val, sit down and meditate, do the meditation, get up, see if you have shows, but rather feel how you feel on that day. Feel how different you are. What does that look like for you? And it is really shifting old versions of yourself, letting go of that, expanding aspects of who you are, like me opening up to do different kinds of things, different kinds of classes, or different whatever. So I'm just explaining from my perspective. So to the next expression of the soul's purpose. So you're looking at, what am I bringing in next? What is my next evolution? It stabilizes you, the new you, so that you can embody this. And so I know why the guides are bringing this in today. It's because in the next month or so, as we get through December 31st, we're going to have to start January, assimilated.
Yes.
So this is a big thing, bringing it forward and being it. So it stabilizes the new you so you can embody it. That's what assimilation does. So every activation disrupts the old patterns. So you're getting an activation. You're all scattered. Your patterns are all disrupted. Yeah, you're in a little bit of internal chaos stuff going on, depending on how grounded you are and whatnot. You're going to feel it to different degrees in your life. But your assimilation restructures your internal architecture, so the new frequency becomes your baseline. So yeah, a new frequency becomes your baseline. You've shifted perspectives. You are seeing things differently. Acknowledge that within you. Embody it, and don't go back to the old patterns and ideas. So this prevents overwhelm. Without assimilation, light workers can enter into burnout, confusion, emotional flooding, like just crying over anything, disorientation, psychic overload. Assimilation brings coherence and clarity. It allows you to actually use the upgrades. So, yeah, think about that. So otherwise, activation remains potential energy. Instead of becoming the lived wisdom, intuition, and power, assimilation transforms spiritual growth from theory into embodiment, from energy into action, from awakening into alignment. So what are the best ways and practices? The guides say, stillness after expansion. So when you're laying around and you don't feel like getting up and doing anything, don't beat yourself up.
Yeah.
This is the stillness after you've expanded. You must pause after major energetic intake. It's a natural thing. Quiet allows your field to sort, integrate, and anchor. Even 5 to 10 minutes of stillness after sessions, readings, or download is powerful for you. Just give yourself at least that time. Hydration. Yes. Yeah, for water, we need the water as conduit. Structured hydration. Water is a conduit. Drink it with intention. I allow my field to harmonize. I allow the new codes to anchor in. So you activate the water. You drink it in like that. And then earthing and nature contact. Assimilation happens faster when the new frequencies have a grounding rod touching the earth. So what is your body? The grounding rod. Send that grounding cord down. Bring in the golden white light of divine source down through your crown, all the way down into Mother Earth. And imagine the roots of a tree filling the whole entire earth. That's you. And say, I am grounded into Mother Earth. Boom. And you know what I feel? My body, suddenly I can feel it yank down. You feel that pull. It just happens.
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy. So that allows you to ground and bring in to this now moment, to anchor all these new things in. So conscious breathing regulates the nervous system. So conscious breathing, don't just shallow breathe and go, well, why am I so anxious? Or take your deep breaths and breathe out your mouth. This is a rhythmic breathing that allows you to harmonize your body, mind, and spirit. So also gentle moving, walking, stretching, qigong, tai chi, anything. Dance, get up and dance, move around, just put on some music.
Mm-hmm.
And name what is changing. Your guides say what is acknowledged can be integrated. So acknowledge what's happening. What is resisted must repeat. In other words, gently observe the shifts. So this is why I said, watch. Don't be on autopilot. Watch what's happening to you. Finally, the last few things are receiving and not forcing. Assimilation is not an active process. It's a receptive one where you're in receiving mode. You allow the changes. Let the new version of you emerge without rushing. And I have to say, for instance, I've had people who tell me, I say out loud, I talk to my guides out loud. Why aren't they talking to me? And I meditate. But in your meditation, you're an antenna saying, guides and angels, guides, but you don't turn it around and be the receptor to go, to be the receptor, tuning into the listening part of you. This is like you've been in the outward male side of you saying, hey, guides, blah, blah, blah. But then there's this internal switch, which you don't even realize you do, to the listening, receptive female side of you. This is where you're going to hear your guides and angels talk to you. So it's so subtle, but make that distinction when you sit down to meditate, that you're going to open up and allow it in, because that's the allowing in of the guidance.
Yes.
So it changes. Allowing changes everything. It lets the version of you emerge without rushing. Dreams and sleep and dreams. So you're going to dream more symbolic dreams, and you're going to be tired. Expanded dreamscape. This is not exhaustion. It's recalibration. So you're going to be going through some pretty wild dreams. Let's just face it. It's what we do. It's recalibration. So don't worry about it. Emotional regulation is assimilation, brings old fragments to the surface, and you're going, oh, why am I seeing this again? Why am I reliving it? But don't worry. It's surfacing so it can exit. Yep. Allow those emotions to move through you, and without attaching to them or creating another story about them or whatever. So trust that the timeline of your becoming. And the masters say assimilation aligns your inner world with your highest timeline. It is the moment your spirit and your human self meet in agreement. And so it is kind of like the bridge. So we understand we're getting the downloads. We understand we're getting this higher frequency. But then we go, okay, I have it all. And they say, I'll have it there. So at the time comes, I can use it. But really, there's this other side of becoming it. So witnessing the little changes that are happening within you so that you can acknowledge it. Because that is it. Acknowledging, seeing it. The differences, seeing the difference in what is happening. That is you standing in the new energy, anchoring it into your reality by your awareness. And what is our reality? Our perspective, our awareness. So as you see the new things that shift and change and you just feel different, or things are different, maybe you feel like I stepped into another timeline, acknowledge it. And it's just like 3-Eye Atlas. We don't know. I mean, all I know is 3-Eye Atlas. I'm getting a lot of energy from 3-Eye Atlas.
Exactly.
It's like, you don't have to know. It's happening. Yeah, it just is. I don't care what the argument is about. Is it a comet? Is it a this? Is it a that? The shifting is happening very dramatically right now. And Marina, what are your thoughts on that 3-Eye Atlas?
I think it's absolutely fabulous. I think that there are a lot of things that initially we are going to have to accept by faith alone. And anyone who has ever spent any time in any kind of an organized religion, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Where there are things that you accepted by faith alone.
Mm-hmm.
So as with the information that we're getting, with the assimilation, it's you need to acknowledge it. You also have to acknowledge that it is real, that it is for your highest purpose, for the highest purpose of everyone in the world, and accept that as a truth. And I think to me it's like, people who say, yeah, I've read all the books on positive thinking. I do. I'm really a positive thinker. I try to live as positively as I can. They're repeating the words.
Exactly.
They have never assimilated the action of what that requires into their daily life. So, they're talking about being positive. They're saying all the right words, but they haven't put any action behind it. They haven't opened themselves up to live in that, in the faith that, yes, yeah, positive things happen to me constantly and consistently. I am abundant in all areas of my life. Believe that, as like you believe that no one has to tell you how to breathe. You just do.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So it's that, I think that's where a lot of that assimilation comes in, is recognizing it as being a truth, that you accept the change that is coming with joy, with looking forward to things that are going to be better. And I'm going to believe that it's going to be better with every cell of my being before I need to see the proof. I don't need to see the proof. I just know that it is.
Exactly. That's
So,
beautiful. That's beautiful. And Sheila is asking a question, but we don't know how she's framing it. Isn't it a bit of an ebb and flow? What a bit, the energy's flowing in, or we don't know exactly. If you want to put it in the chat, exactly what you're talking about. Is energy an ebb and flow thing as far as the higher frequencies coming in, They've been coming in, and I mean, they've been coming in for quite a few years now.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, some periods may feel stronger than others, for sure. But, and then there's this three eye atlas has brought a whole nother level and of,
Yes.
wow, this is, it's like, this is real.
Yes. Yeah. And it is a, it is almost a physical manifestation of things not being what they appear.
Yeah.
Right? That it's, well, it's a comet, folks. That's what it is. It's a comet. It's not acting like a comet. So it can't
It
be a
has
comet.
thrusters. It doesn't
But
have a
yeah,
signal.
so it's to me, it's like a physical embodiment um, of questioning things
Mhm.
that we have assumed for many, many, many years, hundreds of years, thousands of years, that this is the way that a certain thing moves. And
Mhm.
it's showing itself and coming up and saying, oh, but am I really? Am I really? It's challenging so
It
many
is
of our
challenging.
perceptions
It's
and things that
challenging
we
scientists and
yes,
astrophysicists for sure.
yes.
Yeah,
There's more than one way to look at something,
yeah,
right?
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I love
I'm
that.
thinking it's fabulous. I'm thinking it's fabulous. I cannot. Um, yes, Lois says I think of Three Eye Atlas as a gift, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
it is.
it
It,
is. It
yeah,
is on so
you
many
don't
levels.
you don't really have to know anything about it.
Yeah.
You just have to let all that energy flow through you and do its changes that are beautiful. And Sheila's saying gratitude is when the energy sometimes falters to a place that is not as positive and then flows to another higher level. That's what I'm thinking about. Um, Marina?
Um, I think that we all go through phases where our our positivity about things is comes under scrutiny,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think that we at that point have an opportunity to examine why we think the way that we do. And I'll give you an example. Um, like I said earlier about the example of the positive thinker. I'm a positive thinker,
Mm-hmm.
and so on. Well, you can have with the information that you've gathered from reading all those books, all the right words to use
Mm-hmm.
to give the impression that that is what is at the core, at the center of your being, is that I'm a positive thinker and I choose to see things in a positive light. There are, however, those times when you might be questioned about something that shows that really you're not totally grounded in that positive thinking.
Yeah.
And that can manifest itself in terms of um, questioning others, uh, not necessarily their belief, but questioning um, their attachment to that positivity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where they are positive thinkers, but only if A, B, and C happen in their lives on a regular basis.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Right.
then that's
So
not
when you have the odd thing that could make you get a little cranky or something get out of place, suddenly, yeah.
yeah,
Are you
it's
a positive thinker now?
yes. Yeah, yeah,
When it
exactly. So
challenges your comfort level,
yes.
suddenly you have to go to that place where you're going to find what it is, the golden opportunity that you're going to be grateful for and whatever is occurring. Yeah, that's
I still see it as a positive though,
it's
because
it's positive.
yeah, you can say, oh, okay, you know what? Yeah, I've been saying all the right words, but maybe I need to do some of the action behind it. Maybe I need to, you know, uh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And yes, yeah, Sheila, you're right. Absolutely.
yeah,
I'm only able to question my ego,
yeah,
yeah, if I'm deeply learning. Yes.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just want to throw this up there. I'm Three Eye Atlas is actually a a a comet or not comet that's coming close to our to Earth. Not that close enough to affect us, but it's doing strange things, like things a comet wouldn't do,
Yeah.
and it looks different when people are photographing it, when astrophysicists are photographing it. Even NASA won't release some of the clearer photos of it because something's weird about it.
Mhm.
But we're having all these shifts and changes coming not just from the astrology, but also Three Eye Atlas. So it's a interdimensional body. It's a body of something
Mhm.
that was never in our universe. It has taken, I don't know how many gazillions of years to get
Yeah.
here, to be here at this timing. And it like slowed down, it kind of paused, it kind of stopped, it went around the sun, it did all these what things.
Yes. Yes.
So that's why all of us psychics have been getting big hits on it and
Yes.
feel the energy coming in from it. All across the world. You can look on any of these shows recently. The biggest people that you see out there will be talking about it. And it
Absolutely.
is, yeah, it's an interstellar object. Yes.
It is. Absolutely. It to me, I think that it answers some of the questions that, when we look back in history, and we look at some of the quote unquote sacred places around the
Yeah.
world,
Right.
that how did these people who didn't have modern tools, didn't have this or that, how were they able to construct these these buildings that have perfect angles, and stones have been cut with absolute precision? It's how did that happen, um, thousands and thousands of years ago? It helps us to question what it is that we know about those people from thousands of years ago.
It
We make
does.
assumptions based on what we know now. We make assumptions that they didn't have the tools, that they didn't have the knowledge, or well, if they couldn't have constructed this today using the tools that we have today, um, it I think that it humbles us.
It does humble us because there is no way we could put together with the precision that is
Yeah.
there in the Great Pyramids, the mathematical, the
Yeah.
alignment of the stars,
Yes.
everything positioned so these blocks were mathematically precise, cut with precision. They weren't cut with man-made tools. Let's just say it.
Yes.
Come on.
Or what we consider as man-made tools,
Yeah, it wasn't a
right?
man-made tool. But yeah, so I'm telling you, those things that we have in our past that we're finding out are older than we think they are. We're going to be finding out how much of our past has been misrepresented because we just didn't know any better. In archaeology, cultural archaeology, we're looking at something and making assumptions based on XYZ. But it's not the biggest picture of it all. It's not the full scope of everything as they've now looked down into the earth below the pyramids and below the Sphinx, and there are like generators, there are like turbines, there's a whole bunch of things going on down there. So energy transmitters, energy power centers, I mean, there's something. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we, when you think back to even, 50, 60, 70 years ago,
yeah,
when we first started watching Star Trek,
yeah.
right? And Star Trek was, the things that happened on there were, they,
Beyond our imaginings. Like
yes,
like
yeah,
a phaser is a weapon, or
yes, exactly.
like
Beam
like
me up, Scotty.
beam me up, Scotty, and in your molecules, and then they
Yes,
reform on the ship. The holograph, holodeck, where you come
yes.
on, it's all here now.
Exactly. Exactly. We're witnessing. If
It's all
someone
here now.
if someone had said back then that, yeah, we would be able to um, you know, communicate through a handheld device
I mean, come on.
that had pictures on it, and
Yeah.
you could see the person that you were communicating with, it would have been like, oh my goodness, like, oh yeah, that is so space agey, that would never
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
And yet here we are, we
Here we
talk on
are.
our cell phones,
Yeah.
we communicate through what we're
And
communicating.
we have
Laptop.
guns and things like
Yeah.
lasers that can do what a phaser could do when people would and you
Yes.
could dematerialize something. It's happening. We already have it. So
Yes, exactly.
I'm just telling you,
Yeah.
there are
So
so many things like that. Yeah.
things that are being cut with with
With
laser
lasers.
precision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With laser tools, cutting things is no big deal. It's done.
Well,
So can you imagine? This is it's not science fiction anymore.
yeah,
So if you can imagine it, it can be. You
exactly.
can imagine it,
Yeah.
it can be so.
Yeah.
Let's
You
just say it
you
like that.
want something, you you perceive it,
Yes.
you achieve it,
Yeah.
and yeah, you make it what it is. And
Yeah.
yes, Carolyn, I have incense burning.
Yeah.
So
Don't
yeah,
worry.
it's not,
Her house isn't burning down.
no.
And I just wanted to put this
Yeah,
up.
incense.
Danny Erstar is saying, I saw the woods from my kitchen. The space warped in front of me, and a limb fell. That
Yeah.
was definitely a perspective shift. Yeah, yeah. More and more of these kind of things are happening. Where, yeah, I mean, time space is warping because it isn't. Our reality is shifting to that fluidity of not the construct of the 3D, but in the fourth and fifth and higher, it is a fluidity. It isn't what we think of here. There's no structure in the same way. So
Yeah.
you're going to see things like that that are, yeah,
And that 3i Atlas is inviting us to see things from a different perspective, from a different point of view.
yeah,
And that is not necessarily to say that what we have been thinking has been wrong all along. It's basically saying, look, be open to other interpretations.
exactly.
They can both, two, three things, four things can be true at the same time.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely, absolutely. Um, yeah, and this is really true too. Lots of ego involved in early archaeology. Very true. In early archaeology, man, it was a very competitive business to get into those tombs, for instance, and
Yeah.
in Egypt and all of that. Well, it's true no matter where you go. Everybody wanted to be the first to discover, you know, Akhenaten's tomb or
Yes.
Tutankhamun or, one of the,
Yes.
big tombs and have their name associated with it. So, and get the grant money and all that for different.
Sure. And they get to write the history, right? They get to say, oh, okay, well, this is what was in the tomb, and this is what this means.
Exactly.
Everyone else had to fall in line with that.
Because they get to publish the papers about the expedition and what they.
Yes.
So, I mean, that the gravitas translates into speaking engagements and all, even in the 1800s or early 1900s, when all of this stuff was going on, they parlayed that into a lot of popularity and money for the day. Yeah.
And yes, self-grandizement that I was the one, and I think this, and
yes, exactly.
I pronounce that this is what happened, and this is why they did what they did.
Exactly.
When the truth is probably vastly different, because we're looking at it through a little pinhole, right? Based on what we know at this particular moment.
Yeah.
And the universe, the things that are in the universe, in the galaxy, in what are so much bigger and broader.
Yes. Oh gosh, yes. Oh gosh, yes. In fact, I was just reading someone who has been a scientist and archaeologist for many, 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 many years and was kind of discredited because he always said that the pyramids were energetic power plants, kind of like that. And then he got taken on this kind of journey out of his body with extraterrestrials, and they showed him exactly what it was like back in the day. So apparently the Anunnaki created them, and even the Nile was created as part of this whole system. And the water has a lot to do with the generation of the power and all of that. So it used to have a gold capstones, and they did have initiates go in the pyramids, which some of people speculate and have speculated for years. But can you imagine in the archaeological community, this would be like outlandish to even speak about such things. We're talking about how they cut the rock, how all of it was made. They didn't have slaves apparently, and it was just they didn't need that. They had higher technology. So it was quite interesting to really see that recently, and it just gives you another perspective. Whether that is the exact way it happened or not, it allows you to go, oh wow, this could have been a whole big complex created with the whole Nile, with the whole thing. Yeah, because think of it this way. Isn't it odd that the pyramid shapes are all over the world?
Yes. Yes, exactly. And through, as we've been told, by people who were not able to communicate with each other, apparently, that this is just something that happenstance, right? It just and most of them are, they're pointed to Orion's belt, and that the sun can come in through the solstice, and that was just by accident.
It's an accident.
It's an accident. Serendipity. They never communicate, and even though they drew some of the same things on the rocks.
Yeah, it was just human nature, Those they drew beings that didn't look like Earthlings on their walls. So
it's all open to interpretation, and it has nothing. And yet, when you listen when you listen to, especially the native cultures, they
Yeah.
will tell you stories that no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
we did this and we did that, and yes, we could travel here, and yes, we could do
Yes.
that. It's just history and archaeology very often go hand in hand, where one must support the other
Yeah.
in order to exist.
Exactly.
So, the what we're witnessing, like I said, with the three eye atlas, is giving us a different perspective, a different way to look at things. Just like I think his name is it Ari Loeb? That is
Avi Loeb.
Avi. Okay,
Yeah.
Avi Loeb,
Yeah.
who is the um,
Harvard
yeah,
astrophysicist.
yeah, he's very politely challenging what the astrophysicists are saying about, no, this is, three eye atlas is a comet. Okay, so it may not act like a comet, but it's a comet, because he's challenging with his questioning and with the pictures and whatnot, saying that, okay, I know that this is going to shake up everyone's world. And we might have to go back and say, okay, folks, this we have to find a new path forward.
Yeah.
And this, anytime that we do that, anytime that we challenge the assumptions of thousands or hundreds of years, it's uncomfortable to those who have made those assertions and who have said there is no other way to look at it except the way that I am telling you to look at it.
Exactly. And you have to realize, as we talked about cultural archaeology, we only know what we can assume by the
Yep.
things we find. And those things could be vastly different, since there have been so many. I mean, what we're talking about are a lot, like the pyramids, are a lot older than we ever thought. They're older than we know, much older. And so the eons of time that have gone by and the layers of generations of people who have lived, you're getting through that. Look, we haven't even gotten down to the part where the what did they call that, when it can not X-ray but sonically see what is beneath the pyramids, what is beneath the Sphinx. It's that sonic
Yes.
sound technology, sonar, whatever it is.
Sonar
When they get the shape,
imaging.
they get the shapes, they can see.
Yes.
And so now that technology has brought that to the fore. That's what we kind of need everywhere. Because take that to Antarctica.
Yes.
They're going to, never mind. I didn't say that because Antarctica is a secret. But
Yes.
if you do go to Antarctica, where you're not supposed to fly over or be there, and you take those sonic
Ultrasound.
the ultrasound, you take the ultrasound pictures. Yeah, I think our whole history is going to change. Like, will we ever know the full width and breadth of it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, because every generation, or even the galactic beings from their own race, are going to tell the story from their perspective.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. We
like us.
Yeah, we can only hope to live long enough to, if nothing else, at least acknowledge that the things that we believe so firmly in may not always be true.
Exactly.
That it is okay to leave the door open and say, there are other possibilities.
And you know, that is a very smart thing to do, is to leave that, say, this is my perspective now at this moment. I know it's going to change, and I know I'm going to learn new things and have a different perspective, a higher perspective. Yes. This will always shift, grow, and change, because you're not going to stay the same. So be open. And I don't lock myself into any belief, because it's always flexible. Stay, it doesn't even matter. You just be you, doing your thing here, with doing your beautiful light worker thing, and everything else will just play out. So it's just interesting once in a while to look at it and see how we've gotten all these different ideas about things, and realize it's not made in absolute concrete truth necessarily.
Mm-hmm. So, yep. Remember, several hundred years ago, you know, women went basically into hiding the last month of a pregnancy.
Yeah.
And then when they gave birth, they stayed hidden and bedridden for months. Mm-hmm. Now, based on latest technology, yeah, you go in, you give birth, 3-4 hours later, bye, see ya, have fun with the baby.
Exactly. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
So things have changed. Things have changed because we know different things. Yes. We know a broader view of certain things. So of course we're going to behave a little differently about things like birth, or things as we evolve and understand ourselves better and the world. We're hopefully not going to experience fear when we look at things we haven't seen before. Hopefully we're going to look at things with wonder and interest.
Yes.
Because we will be seeing things that we haven't seen before.
Exactly. And it will probably explain things that we don't know now. And you say, oh, okay, well, all right, that makes sense. But you know, to be open to as many possibilities as there are stars in the sky.
Exactly.
Is not something to fear. It's something to look forward to find joy in, to say, oh, wow, can you?
Like Star Trek.
Yes.
I mean, all the different, yes, boom, it opens your world up. It expands your multiverse. Everything is there. Everything is included in whatever more you haven't even discovered yet.
Yes.
And I think they figured out it was Aladar, or however that's pronounced, mapping. That's that.
Hey.
I mean,
I'm there. I'm there.
I love that.
Yes. Yeah. And the more that we learn, the more I am fascinated when I think it was in Florida where the guy was from Finland.
Yeah.
I believe it was Finland. And he built a castle out of huge stones that he never allowed anyone to see how he did it. But you could take these stones and you just touch them and they move. You know, the doors open. And
yeah. I think I read about that. Yes.
Wow.
Like it was perfectly balanced.
Yes.
Like a hinging stone wall that pivots with it freely swings, but you can't see any mechanism.
That's like, I want to know this technology.
Exactly.
I want to learn how that happened. And
say he had some kind of levitation device
from
the ETs to do some of that. But of course, he never shared that with anyone.
It's possible. Anything's possible.
You know, it is possible. Stranger things have happened.
We live in the world of our imagination. So imagine big, colorful. Yeah.
I mean, because the things we thought that were outlandish on Star Trek are real. They're
Yes.
happening. So, for
Yes.
instance, let's look at it that way. Or when Jules Verne wrote his books, or
Yes.
all of that, you realize there are submarines and things. And H.G. Wells, come on. I mean, need I say more? I mean, we don't even want to talk about Da Vinci. So it's time. Because, I mean, he had it all on paper. Flying machines. I mean, hello. Hello. How many centuries ago? I mean, in the 16th century or whatever that was. So, hello.
Yeah. Nostradamus.
Nostradamus.
Saint Germain.
Yes.
It just goes on and on and on and on. And yeah, if any time that we can learn something new, it's a good thing. And whenever someone tells you to fear something new,
yes,
yeah, maybe step away slowly, but just step away and leave them alone.
And anyone who wants to talk about things that they want you to fear, because there's only love, there's only divine source energy, period, end of subject. That's what there is.
Yeah.
The truth is the truth.
Yes.
So this has been fun, and all of you, thank you so much for joining Marina and I. It'll be on Marina's Heart Center Tarot next week. And yes, we are doing it on Thanksgiving. Because I'm having Thanksgiving the day before. I'm going to a restaurant. Perfect. So everyone, thank you for joining us, and we love you guys. Love all your conversations in the chat. Appreciate you so much.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe to
Heart
Center Tarot and Dragonfly Crystals, Next Level Channeling. If you get a chance, we'd love you to leave a message, and 7 characters long, because that's the algorithm, the magic formula in YouTube. So thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Absolutely. Love you guys. Bye-bye.